So I'm going to read the title, and before we read the post, we're gonna vote to see if they are the asshole or if they are not the asshole. And then once we read it, we're gonna see if we were wrong or right. So this one is, am I the asshole for refusing to dog sit my brother and his girlfriend's dogs? They expect me to take care of their dogs while they're on vacation each year. Each year? No, I'm gonna say no. No, that's rude. I feel like that's just rude. That's just so rude. That shit would piss me off. Like, okay, who are you? Since I was 21, I've been caring for my brothers and girlfriends, both in their late 30s now. Oh. Dogs when they got on vacation. 4 small dogs. One of them passed over time, but it's always been 4 small dogs. Now I'm 24, about to turn 25 soon, and I have bigger priorities in my life. I've been able to do it before because I worked at a job where I was able to make the time to do them the favor. Now I really don't have the time or energy. Let me zoom this in so you guys can see it a little bit better. They got a big golden doodle last year after the passing of their last small dog, and they went to Italy for 2 weeks. What? The golden doodle was medium-sized, still growing, and so much energy was exerted out of me when taking care of all 4 dogs and still having to go to work. Oh my god, I can't even imagine. I told them it was the last year I was going to dog sit for them. I even let my brother's girlfriend know again this year, months prior, to look for someone else because I have to prioritize work. It's not that I let them know last minute. I gave them a heads up a year ago and again this year, and I can't do them the favor anymore, and everything was fine. They said they'd handle it and told me not to worry about it. They're leaving in less than 2 weeks on this week-long vacation, and my brother calls me today telling me he wants to give me an offer that I can't refuse. Pretty much pressuring me to do this. Dick. Fucking dick. Mind you, the golden doodle they have has grown twice as much. He's huge and not trained whatsoever, so he's very hyper and dominates me. What do you mean? You didn't even train your dog? Oh my god. My brother tells me that I'm the only person he can trust with the dogs and doesn't want to leave them in a pet hotel. That's too fucking bad. He gave you a warning. What do you mean? I find it completely unfair that he's manipulating me and not respecting my time and energy to care for his dogs while they go on vacation, on top of that, not respecting my no. Absolutely. They were talking about paying me, but last year they didn't finish paying me, and because he's my brother, I let it go. But I'm done. He didn't even finish paying him? Oh, okay. Alright. I told him I can't go over the phone today, and he's not taking no for an answer unless me or my mom does it, and she works just as much as me and has health issues. Oh my god. The no-go on vacation. She wouldn't be able to handle their dogs. I keep saying I can't to him, and he still makes me feel bad because he told me he's gotten anxiety over potentially having to leave the dogs under someone else's care and paying even more in a short amount of time. That's a you problem. That's a you problem. I feel like if I set my boundary once more in a hostile manner, then he's going to lash out on me for not getting his way. It's happened before between us, over something else, and it got very bad. I know him very well, and he'll get mad and blame me for ruining his vacation trip with his girlfriend. The last thing I want is to sever my relationship with him, but it's reaching a point where him and his girlfriend are not respecting my time and they feel entitled to me. I've been stressing a bit about this since I feel like I've done everything I can to set my boundaries, but it's being forced upon me in such a short notice, and I feel like another big fight is going to happen between us, and that's only going to add unnecessary stress. Absolutely it is! That's so unfair! That is so unfair! Oh my god! Nah, get the pet hotel coward or some better friends. No, for real, because he literally even had the graciousness, like he had enough thought to let them know ahead of time that he was not going to do it a year, and then even a few months prior. And then the fact that you're pressuring and even trying to get your like mother who is like ill or has like health issues, like that's so disrespectful. That's so disrespectful. Like, come on. I don't like when people do that type of thing. No, absolutely not the asshole. This poor person. You need to learn to assert yourself and not allow yourself to be manipulated. If you don't see it coming, that's one thing. But you expected this. What the hell? You had time to prepare for this conversation. Just say no. When he offers you money, remind him that he never paid you last year and say no again. Then also remind him that you gave him a heads up that you wouldn't be doing this last year and again this year. They say no all over again. Then say this is the end of the conversation as you are very busy. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like that was a little bit of a... I understand their intentions, but like... To be fair, I didn't see this conversation coming. Him calling me after I thought we all had come to an agreement that I wouldn't be able to do it anymore. I've already communicated. I've said no multiple times already and already mentioned to him that he hadn't paid me last year and etc. I've done what I could and to assert myself and say no in a stern, respectful manner, and he still continues to force this on me. What I don't want to happen is for us to get in a big fight, and I sense it coming knowing his temper. Which is, like, valid. That's so valid. That is crazy. Just to be like, oh, yeah, no liar. What do you mean? What do you mean? Oh my god, yeah, not the asshole. Yay! We were right! Yay! This one, oh, this one's short and sweet. Okay. This one is, am I the asshole for telling my roommates I've only paid a fourth of the rent utilities going forward? I'm gonna say yes. Well, I don't know. Okay, no, my initial reaction is going to be yes. I have to go off my initial reaction. So I've lived with my roommates for 4 years now, and in April of 2023, they welcomed their daughter into this world whom I was in the room to watch be delivered. Oh, you're calling roommates? I feel like that's friendship level. Since then, our electric has steadily increased and the baby has gotten her own room. Therefore, in my mind, they're occupying more of the house. Number one, and number two, using more electricity for the baby, whether it be heating tons of water or putting on Miss Rachel for hours as examples. Recently, within the last 3 days, I felt comfortable enough to talk to them about it and told them it would be fair if they paid 3/4 of the rent and utilities, as they are 3 people now and I'm only 1. They reacted by saying I'm being selfish, I'm in denial, and that I'm dead to them and the most two-faced person they've ever met. To top it all off, they told me I must not love their daughter. What the fuck? And the way I view it just isn't the way they see it. My boyfriend also spends the night frequently, but is only at the house when I'm there, meaning when I get home, I tell him to come over, and when I leave, he leaves to not disrupt the household as he doesn't live there. I was so wrong. I was wrong. But I don't know. This is a sticky situation. This is a sticky situation. I understand where they're coming from, but I don't know. I feel like it is kind of fair. Everyone, yeah, everyone kind of sucks. Like, it's like, damn, I feel like you should probably finish out the lease, depending, but also you knew the baby was coming. Only a fourth, only a fourth, yeah. Like, they knew the baby was coming and all of this stuff. Being in the same room, that's the part that gets me. You were in the same room and you're calling them roommates. Oh my god, they were roommates. Like, what do you mean? What do you mean? Yeah, everyone's sexier. Okay, this one is, am I the asshole for refusing to let my family move in because my 16-year-old son doesn't want them to? I'm gonna say no. About 5 years ago, my husband cheated on me and then abandoned our family. Holy shit. Whiplash. No, it's not funny. Like, that sucks, but damn. I didn't expect that. So, oh my gosh, okay, I have to read that again. About 5 years ago, my husband cheated on me and then abandoned our family. It was an incredibly difficult time. I was left alone to raise our son, who was just 11 at the time. None of my family members offered any help or support. We were essentially on our own. The only person who helped us was my father, who was a great support system both emotionally and financially. When my father passed away 2 years ago, he left me a significant inheritance. This money allowed me to buy a house and provide a stable and comfortable life for my son and me. Since my husband left, my son and I have become very close. We've been through a lot together, and our bond is incredibly strong. I would do anything for him. Recently, some of my extended family members have fallen on hard times and asked if they can move in with us. Given our history, I was initially hesitant. I discussed it with my son, and he was very much against the idea. He remembers how nobody was there for us when we needed them the most and feels strongly that they should have benefited from our home now. Understanding his feelings and valuing his comfort, I decided to tell my family that they couldn't move in with us. Now they're upset and accusing me of being selfish and ungrateful. They say that I owe them support because we're family. Okay, but where are we all? I don't think I'm an asshole, and honestly don't care what they think as long as my baby is happy, but I still want to hear other people's opinions. So, am I the asshole for refusing to let my family move in because my son doesn't want them to? Especially considering the way they treated us when we were the ones in need? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Like, no, absolutely. I don't think the OP's the asshole. I don't think the son's the asshole either. No, you know who are the assholes? The family. That's the family. Make it awkward. Make it awkward. Send a group text or chat and tell them that you will give them the exact same level of support as you got when your husband cheated and took off and you were left raising a child on your own. Simple as that. And they will either get the message and leave you alone or start pandering on with excuses. If they start with excuses, then go even more petty and use the same excuses back at them. Oh. Oh, well, we didn't know it was so hard for you, and we're past that now. Oh, that's you. I didn't know it was so hard for you, and well, you've already lost your house, so we're past that. That's funny, though. Hilarious that they all come out of the woodwork now that you have money. Idiots, all of them. I mess with them so badly just because they sound like absolutely awful people. Not the asshole, though, by a long shot. Oh my god. No, literally. So right. So right. Snaps. Snaps. Am I the asshole for not having catered vegan food at my wedding? I'm gonna say no. I hope I'm wrong. I'm gonna say yes. You're gonna say yes? Kind of like usually you find out dietary restrictions like that beforehand. That's true. The only way that I can see it not like it being an asshole move is like if it is like somebody who is like a immediate family member or something like that. But that also just depends because some people are just shitty and very demanding, very entitled, you know. Am I the asshole for not having catered vegan food at my wedding? I, 27 female, got married recently. I invited a friend, 27 female, and her partner, and she was excited to come. They live in another country, a 3.5-hour flight away, so coming isn't easy or cheap for them. We asked 7 months before the wedding about dietary needs, and she told us her and her partner would need vegan options. Since my dinner included veggie options, I wrongly assumed the caterer would do vegan ones, but when I asked a month and a half before the wedding, I learned they couldn't. I should have asked earlier. Unfortunately, some things came up and delayed our prep. Alright. Alright, hold on. They already know they're the asshole. I informed my friend saying I was sorry, initially asking her if she had ideas about what we could do. Maybe I was in the wrong there. And then offering to cook something myself or buy something from a supermarket. But the conversation turned quite cold. And the next day she said she decided not to come to the wedding or to the bachelorette that was happening the following week, even though there was no catering issue there. She said her decision was final and we could speak after the wedding, as she didn't want to upset me. After a couple of days, I asked if she could help me understand her decision, and she said she found it disrespectful that I didn't have a suitable vegan option for her and her partner so close to the date, even though they told me with plenty of notice. I felt extremely hurt and blindsided. Didn't you like put parentheses up there earlier? I felt extremely hurt and blindsided, especially since I feel like she didn't give me a chance to find a solution together. Why didn't you have, like, I just feel like you should have had a solution to, like, okay, I mean, those weren't even good solutions either, because I don't know, hold on, let me finish reading it. I kind of understand not coming to the wedding, even though I'm vegetarian and attended plenty of weddings that didn't have veggie options, but that's her call. But not skipping the bachelorette, since we could have planned for vegan food. Now I'm not sure I want to be her friend anymore. Am I the asshole? I mean, not for probably, I don't know. Oh my gosh. Oh my god. It just feels, TLDR, my friend decided to skip both my bachelorette and my wedding because I didn't have a good enough vegan option for my wedding dinner. I'm not sure I want to be her friend anymore. Am I the asshole? Some bits of context. Okay. But the edit. So this is an edit. There are no restrictions at our venue for bringing home-cooked outside food. I genuinely thought a home-cooked meal was a nice option, but I'm seeing that many of you think otherwise. Our dinner was a type of food with a base and toppings, and there was no other type of food available as the caterer specializes in that. Caters to most people since you chose the toppings. It worked for 2 other guests who had restrictions, being gluten-free and nut-free. I knew for sure it was vegetarian, didn't know they wouldn't want to make a separate vegan batch. I told my friend about this casually over text while we were discussing the bachelorette. I now see that I probably shouldn't have mentioned it until I could give her a more detailed option. Yeah, I thought it would be nice to keep her in the loop and know what she preferred, but I now see how that probably made her feel like a burden, which I'm very sorry about. Yeah, no, that's kind of where I was kind of like, the caterer had to be booked 10 months in advance before we asked for restrictions, and when I asked about vegan options, they didn't say they didn't have time to sort one out. Just that they flat out didn't offer any, but maybe I should have pushed back harder on that. Some of you are saying I shouldn't have asked for restrictions at all if I couldn't provide them, but we were able to provide for other allergies, gluten and nuts, just not vegan meals, unfortunately. Overall, I understand that the biggest mistake was clearly leaving it so late to sort it out. Yeah, the second and most stupid mistake was bringing up supermarket food. Yeah, when it was never a viable option. And the third mistake was telling my friend about it and asking for her input, as it probably made her feel like a burden. I will now wait and see if she wants to reach out and take things from there if she does. Thank you. I'm on the bright side, honestly. Like, most veggie options for catering events are vegan, so it covers both vegans and vegetarians, so assuming the veggies options vegan is very fair. And like, she knew she fucked up and tried to fix it. I don't know, she found it like after the fact. I don't know, I feel like she did drop the ball a little bit, but wanting to not be her friend anymore because like her, like, I don't know, I don't know, that is a good thing to that is a fair thing to assume. I mean, they're from out of the country. They live in another country, a 3.5-hour flight away. Those are expensive. And then it's like, I mean, obviously we don't know their financial situation either. I feel like she did to an extent to like not want to go to the party or anything like that, but I don't know. I feel like if she was really feeling that remorseful about it, instead of waiting for her to, which is fair also, I just don't know. It would just feel like, oh, I just didn't think it, like, it kind of, like, if I was that friend, I would be like, oh, I was, like, I do feel easily like somebody who could burden other people. You're on the bright side. Oh, no, I don't blame you. So you're nervous, so I can let her know. Okay, Jacko.